Hi, you guys. Welcome to Sew on Wednesday. I'm Lorene, and guess who's finally came to Texas?
I'm in Texas.
Carolyn is here. So this is my friend Carolyn. Gosh, we've been friends for 31 years.
31
we met in
years.
1991. And I'm going to give you a little history about that. Me and my husband and our kids moved up to the Washington, D.C. area in 91 for 2 years. He was transferred up there to work. And me and Carolyn met we met at church. Yes, on one Sunday, and we just became friends, and my kids just fell in love with her, and they actually call her Aunt Carolyn. So since then, we've stayed in touch, and now Carolyn comes down to see us like twice a year, normally one time in the summer in July, normally then at Christmas. And she's my sister, and she's also my cross-stitch buddy. She taught me how to cross-stitch a year ago, and she's taught my daughter how to quilt and my daughter knew how to cross-stitch, but
yeah, Christy's a great quilter.
Yeah, Christy, my daughter, she's a great quilter, and she taught her how to do that, gosh, when she was like 13.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, because my kids were little when we met Carolyn, so they pretty much grew up having Aunt Carolyn around, so she's taught Christy how to do a lot of things with her hands. So, but anyway, so we're doing this.
What time is it, Lorene? It's time for the
big kahuna.
The big kahuna.
Yeah. We've been telling you guys about when she was going to come down, we were going to start a new project, and this is a big project.
Christmas in July.
Christmas in July. And this whole video is about this one project. So I don't know how many videos we're going to do while she's here. We're going to do, I know, at least 2 or 3. So, but this one's about the big kahuna. So you ready to show them, Carolyn?
The big kahuna, also known as, it's an Artecy cross stitch.
Yes. You want to show it to them?
Sure. It's called the Christmas House 1 Large, and I purchased this back several months ago. It's the end of last year, and after I got it and realized it's like 66 pages of pattern, I thought, what am I doing? And when I showed it to you, you fell in love with it.
Yeah, so this is my pattern, that's her pattern. We both bought a pattern. And when I fell in love with it, you know how I told you about my Christmas, my dollhouse. Well, this Christmas house reminded me of my dollhouse. It's got all the rooms. Carolyn, let's tell them about the rooms.
Well, there's various rooms here. Yeah, it's just a side view of a Christmas house. And with Santa on the top with the reindeer.
Yes, he's up there.
It's big.
It's big. It's got a bedroom. It's got 2 bedrooms. It's got a kitchen. The mama's in the kitchen cooking. Then they got the dining room all set for Christmas dinner. And then in the family room, this looks like a family or living room. There's a man. Looks like a
man and a little child.
Yeah, it's a little boy, and they got toys and stuff underneath the Christmas tree. And there's a nursery up here, and then I think this is let me see, this is the master bedroom, looks like up here, and this is a child's room with a little Christmas tree, and it looks like someone's sleeping in the bed, or maybe that's a dog. It's hard to tell what they are because the picture's so little. But isn't that going to be darling?
Anyone that wants to get this pattern, I know I purchased my pattern originally from Everything Cross Stitch, and then I think you purchased yours from Artecy, directly from Artecy.
From Artecy, yes.
But either place has them. It's a beautiful picture, and it's big. What's the size? How many stitches, Lorene?
Oh gosh, yeah, we got our notes.
You have it all written down.
Yeah, we got our notes here.
550 by 397, and we're doing it on 16 count.
8 o'clock, yes.
8 o'clock. It's going to take us a long time.
Yes, we got to figure it out. We got a plan, guys. We got a plan.
What's the plan, Lorene?
Okay, the plan is, like she said, it's going to be on 16 count, and
How many total stitches?
218,350.
So how many do we need to do each week to get it done in, let's say, 10 years?
So if we start today,
yes,
today's 18th, right?
Yes.
Our planned goal is 400 to 500 a week stitches, okay? And if we stick with that goal, it should take us 8 to 10 years. So July of 2032.
8 to 10 years.
Yes.
Are we crazy?
Maybe.
I think we are.
But July 2032, you guys make sure you check back with
Yes.
us, okay? Because we should have this big kahuna done by then.
Oh my gosh. Well, we may have to readjust our goal as we go, but we're going to, start out this week and we're going to do some stitches. The total colors in here, it's 85 different colors. They're all full stitches. We both have it kitted up, but with my travels, I did not bring all my colors with me. I only brought about 10 or 12 colors in my little baggie here in my bag.
And I've got mine kitted up. Look, well, they're kind of messy right now because I just crammed them in this bag. I need to make a bigger project bag with this one. Yeah. But these are my colors right here for it. And the ones that have extra colors, like several of one, I just put them in a baggie.
The sky in this picture, it calls for 17 skeins of embroidery thread.
Wow, and that's the 17 right there.
But that's going to be about 9 years from now.
9 years from now, because
maybe 8.
Because we're going to be starting. We decided we're going to start on the left-hand bottom here on the corner. Yes. So that's where we're going to be starting today. So, and Carolyn had to go to.
I purchased this Aida cloth. The size of the cloth it's actually a full 36 inches. We have a full yard by like 41. We each have a yard. Now that gives us 4 to 5 inch margin on each side. Right. So we've got plenty of margin. And Lorene and I cross stitch a little bit differently. I like to grid my fabric. In fact, I've already gridded my fabric. I just want to show you. It's very hard to see perhaps. I don't grid exactly well, everybody grids a little bit differently. What I do is I determine the middle of the fabric, and then I do mark 10 grid lines, and I do just a quarter of the fabric. So what I've gridded is just a quarter of the fabric so far. And I already have it in my Q-snap, and I've actually put in the first half stitch right there. That's where we're going to be starting in the bottom left-hand corner. So I have a half stitch done. Does that count?
Okay. Well, no, I think it needs to be a full stitch.
Okay.
And look, I like your needle minder. She's already ready.
I've already made a needle minder, but and I've already made.
We call them scrunchies, guy. I'm sorry. It looks like a scrunchie.
These are
Grime Guards.
Grime Guards, but I call them scrunchies. We both call them scrunchies now. I made a bunch of these, and so what we're going to be doing,
she'll be folding it up.
I'm going to be folding this up and showing you exactly how it'll fit nicely in this. We're using an 11 by 17 Q-snap.
Yeah, you had to go get these too also from...
Well, I actually bought these at the Stitching Post in Catonsville, Maryland.
Okay.
That's where I'm from, is Maryland area. You can get Q-snaps. You can order them on Amazon. You can get them at your local needlework shops. You can get the type of frame this is. That's not the Q-snap brand. I personally, the only one I've ever used is the Q-snap brand. You've had good success with the ones from like Hobby Lobby.
The smaller ones, but I have never bought one of these. And this is mine. I told her, I said, whatever you get, I want it too. So she had her hands full with me when she goes to the cross stitch store.
But that's just a personal preference, how people choose. Some people, this large of a project, would use a floor stand, but I personally cannot stitch using a floor stand because you typically have to sit, on the edge of a chair or edge of a couch. I like to sit in a recliner and get really comfy.
Me too. So I told her to buy me one too. And I've got my scrunchie / Grime Guard here too that she made for me.
We'll be wrapping this around the cute, folding up the fabric, and on the top and left especially, top and right, excuse me. and rolling it up and then fitting it on the with the grime guard over it, and then we'll be ready to stitch. Do you want to pause the video for a moment while we do that, or do you want to do it? Okay.
Let's just watch. I'm going to move the camera down so you guys can see how she's going to roll it up, because I didn't know exactly how to do it.
Well, obviously we have about 2 feet of fabric on the top, and I'm just going to kind of fold it up here a little bit, and may have to. And obviously the top right-hand corner is going to be the most bulky area, but we'll get it to work. And so we're just going to roll it down like this. Have these little magnetic cable ties that are great. I've purchased these off of Amazon.
Oh gosh, they are really
There's
strong.
different kinds, different brands. I forget the brand name. I know I gave you the package of the brand name, but that's a preference. If anybody wants the actual brand name, we can put it, if you want to send us a comment and ask for that, we'll certainly put that in there.
Definitely.
But anyway, I'm just kind of rolling it up. Obviously this this top right hand corner is going to be quite bulky, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Can y'all still? Yeah, they can still see it. I want to make sure that our faces are in there, but they can still see.
Oh boy, our great faces. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, for right now, before we put on any more ties, I've made these grime guards. They're real simple to make. Just Google on YouTube.
And you actually made these wider right here in fabric, so they would be able to hold the extra Aida cloth.
We knew that they would have to hold extra Aida cloth, so we're just going to put it down there, and then
just kind of tuck that. Okay.
And we're going to pull that down there. And these grime guards are great. I've actually heard of people going to like the dollar store and buying a
I saw the steering wheel.
Steering wheel cover.
I saw that.
I don't know what fabrics those are made out of. You have to be careful on something like that because you wouldn't want anything to mark up your cloth.
You accidentally dye it or mark it up. Yes. Okay.
Now, so we basically have it all set, ready to go, ready to stitch. I have a half a stitch in. That's my corner. Now the way I grid, I mark my 10 grid line. You know, the groups of 10, and then I cut away as I go. This is just regular thread. I don't use embroidery thread to grid. I used to, but I changed that to just regular sewing thread. Somebody had told me one time that some embroidery threads will rub off.
Oh, really? Oh, that's...
I don't think DMC thread does, and that's what we use. But, you know, just to be on the safe side, I just use regular sewing thread.
Okay.
But, so, we're ready. Let's go stitch.
You're ready.
I'm ready to stitch. Now, one other thing I want to show you. We pulled out the first page of the pattern. It's page 56. And here it is. This is the first page of the pattern. I'm not supposed to show patterns like this, but I'm going to show it anyway.
Honey, this pattern's so big, I don't think that small part's going to be a big deal.
But what I usually do is clip it, and sometimes I'll fold it a little bit. In fact, let me just fold this one, because we're starting in the bottom left-hand corner. So, just to hold the pattern there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And
so you're using these little ties to hold your pattern?
Yeah, I usually use the ties. Now with this bulky area, we'll just have to adjust that a little bit. But, well, you get the idea.
That'll work.
So, do that, and then we can mark this off. We both use markers, the highlighters, to mark as we go. In fact, I bought Lorena a package of like, what is it, 10 or 12 different colors.
Oh, it's a lot. And they're not the permanent markers. I have been using the permanent markers.
No, don't use permanent
I know
markers.
you guys saw my last video or 2 videos ago that I accidentally got some of that permanent marker on my cottage at Christmas. And so she brought me some markers down that are not permanent. So if you do get it on there, I'm assuming I can wipe it off.
Yeah, well, just don't get it on.
Yeah, that's the safest way. Do not get it on there. So, but anyway, I know they're not permanent. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put mine on the Q-snap, and we're going to do that first stitch, and you guys are going to get to witness our 10-year project.
Yes.
The beginning of our 10-year project. So I'm going to put this on pause because I'm not going to make you watch me put mine on the Q-snap, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, hang in there.